Pia tapu pia tapu pia mo kaukolisimu ako mo magtaimi ke mo mea mai ke taupau kama. Patuloat ke kau poto mo kau ako I malae o health mo ilelei ke atamu mo tolu ke mau wahe atu he ahoni e mau ngahi personal testimony ka maafoki ka mau Talanoa Manatu Melie peki he e mau whanonga anga hala whanonga I he health mo wellness. Pea ko tai lele ni he bongbong koe ni ai kaukolis tutuku, kaukolis mua. Tau the whito ki he Ton Palestini o Executive Council, tau mauheni whai ako ko Sisilia tuifua. Ka maa Your Excellency Sela moengang Tukia. Whiwhia he tukutaimi ke mo wahe mo chair mo personal health and wellness journey with us. With no further ado, I can ask you all to introduce yourself. Mauheni whafofonga me tonga as well, Katrina Faitaki. So I can start with you, Katrina. Kataki, introduce my pekoe moho o current role, I suppose. Tau hoka taipe I he Sela ka maa tak whaas mai tuifua. Thank you.
Malo pito Peti pata whawhita ki eki ko hipe ko whaosi ni o last Saturday tōna whaosi ni o mahina ko Siale. Pag tau whawhita ko hi ko tau whatata mai pongpongini ki Talanoa hangai mea plele tāna hangai mea whatukulaki ki tau ngai mo ui whawhituitui. Ko kore peke hufanga ngai whata po ko si kamata aki po kalama ko ni ko kingoa ko Katrina ma o whatiaki. O glele mai pe me no muka o nofo ova mai whangaloto pa ko takai whala ki fisi. Aia ko maari ka Rocky Whatiaki, pa ko au kongo ki tamai tangata Akau'ola, ka lahi tahau tau fitu pa ka sisi tahau tau nima. Ko whamiri whoki, ko kongo matua ko pen morinta mau, ai kuna whawhawhangai naua ai karasi ono nima. Pa ko tunga ane lahi ko Big Brother, o ko Manuela Sunia o ko whawhawhanga kalasi wataha ai ko ni o ngapea ni NC Sunia, they're both in the same class. Pa hoko rewa ko whawhawhanga tau ya kalasi hiwa ono. Pa hoko never got two brothers, so I have three brothers, all of us I tonga hai ko semis tonga tautai ma'u pa mokolom ton ma'u, both in the millennial, so they both represent the class of 2000 below. Ko ngawe ko hangi ko lau ko ngawe peke eiki ag ni whawhawhonga pe hingo au ki kautaha ko tapak Milani Consultancy. Aya ko taha ngahi ngawe tapak Milani ko whai ngahi training ta whakone mala ko ni taklele. Pa ko whiawhia ko uhi ko kawenga maho inga ko ni wellness. He ko taha ngahi ngai kawenga o ku popo atu. Mo tokonia te kautaha tapak Milangi kono whai hangahi ko whahatoka ngai kina ke mo ui whawhaituitui ai taha kotoa. And that's what wellness is, because it begins with you. So I represent that business and I'm the business owner. Just grateful to God to be part of this program and to be amongst wonderful people at the Whaapapa, Sela, Tonga Consulate, our Vice President, exciting times ahead for Tonga High School. Whom also is my mentor. So I grew up in primary school in an environment where I was already surrounded by wonderful teachers, ko Tuifua, ko Heti, and Galala and others. But ko tu ko tahe ngai mea na nehangata ke ki nau ke influence out to love communicating, because I always would hear them all the time. That was my exposure to English. So I'll stop there so I can give everyone an opportunity. But thank you, Peti, for including me to be part of this journey. Malo?
Thank you, Katrina. Sela, would you like to go ahead and we'll leave to teacher to wrap up?
Malo, Pito. Ko whamalo Peti e mau whainga maari ko ni peo kau ngā kau whoki pia moe ongo whiwhine matike tika koe ni he pē nolo he hoatani. Hange pe ko whai hono pakatau kei koe whinimotoa koe no whakahoha Sela mo ngā ngongo i he taim koe nai ki whai ai ako he apiako maalunga tonga pea ko lotonga mauhoa ki a Filipe Tukia, so nau Tukia. Koe to'u ko toku ako ai tahiwa walunima ai ko ta'u ia na hua ki he high school me apango na ko ta'u pe ua i apiako ko nika ko lau ko koloa mo tapua ki lah ke ukau i he kau kolisto tuku apiako maalunga tonga pe malo pe fa mau inga ke te ki lave ki ho toto uako ko nga ke ki ma o pe whakafuafua ki he tau ko te to ia pe ko ni hi pe ko manatu iwawe pe i he taining ko minister leipa pe mo whakatau aki viria muaske ko tahe to uako pe ko mau palestini ho mau to u ko Silia kala nivalu pe kau foki mo mau to uako Ameria a whaamango tu i pulotu ai lotonga mau whainga maali e foki he WHO ka te ngata he ge whelawe pe mo to u ko e ongo matua siasu mo ngā ngongo ma hoa ki a moskaka kawapalu ai koe maulene mai me tuanuku pe amo kolomotua pe amo iutoa mo longomapu koe famili koe ni o maulau koe koloa mo tapua ki lahi o kuia i en ihi i he mauloto whare na umau whainga maalie i he apiako koe ni kau pe ki ai tangata eiki mo no whangatoko ua mo nau tu whawhine pe pe foki ki hoku ki tunga ane. Koe whare koe na kukau ai na kukau au i he Nua House. Koe whehui koe na i tuku mai pe na e te kauha spoti koe kuhu koko he Form 1 na koe ongo taki koe he whare koe o Nua koe te imumu tapu eluelu pe a mosaya pa hulu pe a mahalo pena na whatoka ngai ko ki toko taha au ko whemau pe ke whenga ke ukau he ngahi polo kalama ko a piako pena ki kola i au ke ukau i he lele ko mitai te au I think mitai wangi au mo lele fuka pe me pango na ya o ke au spoti Katrina mo tu ifua ko hange pe kau na muy taha kotoa i he uhiti ko ni pe na eri tau veri ai pe ai ki fine motu a koe ni me he mala e koe o spoti ko ngā pe koe te ongo i kafo koe kai ke fuwa usia e tawha koe koe spoti ka ko manatu ki he taimi ko ia koe ni ihi na e tuu ki mua e he mala e o spoti na e kau ki ai a whaiwhi kau a ka pei mai lei koe foi star laulo taha ia i o mau taimi kau kia ia Pauliasi, aka mei lalo, pe ako mau to'u, ai micheti, huat ko Form 1, ko manmaea. Ko ngahi mea tokoni na manako ki ai, ki no mau he kukei tutupu hake. Ngahi mea tokoni anga maheni pe, hufanga whakatapu, ko lu foki he sāpate, pe a me akai tonga. Pena iai pe mo ki manako ki ma o fanki me tokoni anga maheni te tutupu hake ange ko fish and chips mo hampaka ka kwange pe mo me ai ko tau tutupu hake masivesiva na ta ke tau ma o vainga mari ke ma o fanki me tokoni ko ni o ko lo tonga whakaunga tāma ki atu e tau office konsela tonga i he Bay Area ko ta uene umofulu mafitu e whai whatongia mai pure anga pe koukulau ko koloa pe mo tapuaki ka te unga tahe o ange ai whainga marie ki he tokon Palestini malo.
Aloha pito Sela pega Katrina pega Peti. And hello to you, Moana, as well. Oku no tomotu ko e whamalo ke o tuako wika tau. Wao Siale le mai ai pongpongi ni. Ito ngani ke pongpongi fo. Pe aku whamalo at Peti o no whakakawa tau polo kalama ko ni. E ko hiko ksina foki ko wellness, live and healthy. Pe aku mahalo ko hauia. Ia tai mini ko kau awe kau unhealthy. Ka te u tokoni atu pe ko uhi ko pui pui tua e he tawhaaki o e whenga ko e ke stay healthy. Ka ko e hangi ko e mea ko e na ke tokanga mai ki ai. Ai ako kuingoa ko Sisilia tu i fua pete lo. I he te ki ai ke mauhoa. Tau tok mali o whelo Takapautolo o kako e koe whakauri pe whoko hui. E nā mato upe ako. Pako kau e ma kalas whakataha. He mea ke maua e fia koe no mato. E taimi koko whaia e mau get together. He nau hanga mai whoki o whakamatariri maua. Kako o lau koe tāpuaki koe uhi koe te lava ke mau whelo ak whakataha mo e tō. Tau te whito ke e tau kātoanga koe ni nai toki osi. Kai ke, ko ongo mātou ako, ria maunga pete lo, me whare vai. O niwa tok tapu, no fo ingere ia. Pea maria mo e whitmatua ko ate lai te fusi kawa me koromotua. Pea ia e whanau e toko hiwa. Ako lai tahana e ako e tonga hai. Na e ko Sione. Ko Sione pete lo, na e sootia ia. Ngā oe mo Sela i Amerika hi. Ngā haita, ka kone marolo. Ko Sione na e ihe, na i huke tonga hai tahi wao nono. Ai koe tō uia o tahi wao nono. Pea mea Sione, o tunga ane ho kofika wa ko haunga. Ai a ko haunga na e tō uia i he tahi wa fitu taha. Pea ko hoko le wao, ko huat le wao i he tahi wa fitua. Ai ako mātou pena i he tonga hai. Pea toki ia e whanau a Sione na tahine a Sione na huki. Tonga hai kua te lai. Pea ko whanau le waha unga na nau ako katoa pe tonga hai. Ai lahi na tō mo Katrina i tonga hai. Aku ngā oe atu e moi hoa i Switzerland. Pea hoko nau, ai ako nau hiki whanua na tō anu Sila. Tuku kepe, ai ongo ki ua i ki. Nana side school pepa na hoko atu nau a ki Sila. Kai ke ne ai pepa ngai family ke ia. Nana wako pe tonga hai. Nei ai hoko tonga ane ko cousin ko e tamasia a whai tangata. Ko Sione loto lua lo Siale kawa. Pako tui pe ko whai whahinga e moto mo maheni mo. Mo Sione kawa ko tō uia o e ono fitu. Pea o nofo ha moa e. Yana ku tupo hake koe o lava o hu ki he tonga hai. O hange koe ngahi Manatu Melie. Koe taim whawhiawhia. Mahalo o hange koe whaalau e ni e taime ni. Koe ne ui mai peha to hingo ale ki o. Ko se hange ki ta fo ista he taime koe. Mahino koe kau lawan ki tonga hai. O ku ui mai koe o nau ngahi hingoa. Pea hu he fitu ua ko manatu na mau toko ono ngofu maa ono. He mau kalasi. Whakakatoa hua to ai kalasi ai ua. Tok tānak mai rewa whahinga na hu mai me he tonga side school. Kana nau toko hu mai na tolo he form 1 ni. Mo ilo pena e hu mai mau hua tuk mau toke whai ai preliminary forms. Ai P forms. Pea toki hoko hake form 1 ni. Toko hu mai koa kau side school. Hu mai wong na toli a mise for preliminary forms. Pa hu ke form 1 ni. Paka wha ita pe mau toli a sio koe ke kau side school. Why do they have to get the privilege of missing out on the P forms? Kai ke koe anga pe foki ai sio whakata maiki. Ka koe whakatoko lahi mai koe mau. Mo mau to ua mau a matau toko fitu mo futup. Fitu mo futup si pe. Ai ane kau mai ai ki ai a Meline. Twitter, he hu mai koe me side school, ka me ai mo whela kepa. A ma hu whata ma to o kaimana. Pehe ka toke tā Siale Akau'ola. Ma hu, kau hu ia koe ke. Hu mai hango Sione moala. Ko li tia tui pulotu. Ko Amelia kina hoi. Nai ko Amelia ne alo Amelia o ko mau. Ko mau head girl. he mau tau. Pea koe whawhiawhia kau hi. E nei kei ngata pe i ngā walele a meria koe taki i he ako. Anai toi si poti pe a meria he nai netball. Ai ko mau ki tare ni ti pe mau tolu ia tai mina ke a koe. Ai koe netball. Pe ana mana tu pe ana kai pe ke ha ti mia toi ma lo hi mai he ti mi ko tonga hai mau ke ia ko. O ta hai ngai mea na mau pole ai. Koe mau sila mau pe mau ki to u e mau ti mi netball. He waka mau tolu pe i alasi ne dai me ta mai kia na huange pe mo ta mai na i olunga hake mau tu na mau vai na fata. Na fai pe kau he sport fa fare o ngi ko mena mea ki ai kon Sela. Na kau pe he na fare au sango ni. Ai na sango ni au ia pe anua a sione pe tere a si. Pe ko fakao le tu ia we tai mi fai sport fa fare ko mau fa ke pe ma to ma api. Pe ko hai e malo. Ko tai fu ya ko ya nai ha fa how ma pe sango ni. Ai fe tong pe sango ni ya mo kama. I he how ko he sport fa fare. Ka ko sio ko wa ke fok ma fai ako. Ta me tane ke ase tere ai. Ase tere pa na o alo o hanga na to ave ki tere ka lao fare tere. Kai ke ko manatu ko ke tai mi ko ya ai ko sport ya na va inga ai ko ni polo. Pe kai ke to fa inga sport ya ma to ka wai. Ma volleyball. Wa oi ke no introduce mai ki tonga hai softball, ne? Mai me America he mau fai ako piscoa ko ako I mato softball. Kono fua introduce mai ko e va inga handball ki tonga ni. Na mai ki tonga hai. Ai na mai e tamatu I ta va ko fa ke whakahoko ke ramata I tonga hai. Pe to ki ha ore mo ua pe ako ke he. Pe mau ore wa kau he au ko na whakahoko. Ka mau le tu le tu ko net polo ka mau kolos ke hen polo ko ke ta fa inga me mau o kau ai kai ke ko kau e sipoti ko awe na look forward ma be ke time sipoti te mi ulaki te mi ua hala ta fa to kanga ke he ako ko to kanga pe ke ako te fa o si e mai no fu ko te fa si to o hofi pe ako o ako pe he ilo ke Sela mo Katrina mai no pe na ta mai le na o ma to le ko na ma to ka ngang ma to ko ke fa ma lo si no ko mo o to ko ke he net polo o kuma lu ko ne ape tem to lu ko o se ngo e a ko ta la ta we no fi tonga hai ko si lo mo ke a ko o le ka ke fa to kan ke a ko mai ri po ti ko no wa pi ki tai api e ta to nga ko ki he a ko kana ka we ai me ko ya no no po he mau ma to ke mau o sipoti ai na sipoti na Akau'ola le ma ko to ngani I tonga hai pa na o tau whakafonua. Pea nau kau pe moa ono. Mana hanga ke he kau whiri ki u kau ate. He tim whakafonua pa e net polo. Pea koe tahai ngai mea. Koe hoku siblings, my sisters. Hala ngā tahi si poti anau to. My 3 other sisters. Koe mone lau koe mea hala he whika mo lau konga. Ak whaalau koe he kua matua ka nau tolu. Ko hako ke mou sipoti. So ki he walia sipoti. Paku toi hako ia huia ki tonga hai. Koe haa mea te mou lama mo tolo whai. Kai ke. Very proud of being a Tonga High School student. Pea koe manatu koe ki ai. O ku te kata pe tai meni ko wha. Ko tango mau to uhe mau ki whakataha mai heni. He mau whakataha reunion. Kei peke ngale te au e ala ko hopo floto sima vai ko whawhai ko ai whawhai ko ai assembly ne fusima vai mana mo hu mai pe ke tu e ape ako motua fusima tana tu of ke ta fa ko salo te memorial hopo fusima ta tu ke ta fa ko na whawhai ai whawhai assembly Pakai ke wilo wa ma fusima. Ako one of my friends ko he kalasi o si ko e fa ma sin ni polo tamai. Hau e tau kau. Ba ta tau ki fe. Tau ki ta ikai. whakaawa ke futapune si maga mauturi o koe loto ke futanke. Whonu waifo. Masi, ko te irifia peka te puna peka uhi ko te sioko alkotoa mo kau tamaki loto. Ha mo toa palang na whai ako he tau ko ia fuk mau kei form 1. Ha mo toa palang ia turi mato whakakaka ki mato ke olunga. O lipo te mato na mau ngā mo ua foi 1 whole month ko e o kau he roto sima. Ke pere ke ngalo ia ko talang. Ha o tonga ane na nau si o mena tona o se akapu. O lipo te au ki api. Ko uhi ko na ke ta ofia ko te alo netball. A koe peke ngala tau hopo kau fulo si ma uri koe. Ma lope mau hao ta te ma puke. Ka koe ksia koe ke tonga hai tai koe a. Ke ta vai ngā si poti ana now introduce mai. O mai ke ma inga ta mai. Me whai ai fuke tau periote na pau peke ai periote e ko physical education e PE. One period a week for a class pau ke na ona o PE. Apa ko pau ke tui whaka to rompasi mo to square neki. Ko pau ke te lak kita mai kai ko lipo kita pia e te ngawe mo ua kita ia. But I always look forward ke ko alko for periote ta kakato he wiki ko alu o sipoti mo to e ngā ko puna takai holo puna takai to yo ma leo fetong kai o ke kalasi. So PE was an essential part of the curriculum. Na ko tai mini ko ke to ia kalas PE ko kalasi ko physical whatever physical movement go pe ko ha ka ko e ke ta ko nieces grand nieces mo ki tu au le te takai holo pe tu ya mo vara pa mo e kai ke va me pe it's a bit sad really si at ko ki ai ko hang ko me a Sela ko tai fo ke tai ko lu pe mo lai pe le ko for a treaty about I have fish and chips but more chips but grew up she was a tomboy o la nga no tai puri ona kaka holo e ulu akau alo tori mango ko Kaya toa hinga when the fruits in season and mori mo hafua. Aya ko every day you're doing something. When you come home, hala fuka TV, hala ko le ti ope. Ko pa le ke mau entertain ourselves ke le ki tua va inga takai olo ai. The tolo pani ko langa toi ko hafua fangi me ape. For now, I'm ko kai fo ke to you don't have now where we I go also me fayako. But I was a teacher in Daiva Valuhiva, or Lene Maya. Daiva Fitu, what I'll work in you at the Tapu Fayako. Folk me pe who I'll the Kayolo put now a call in Hibaki. My finger Mario, that Kifis now perform my career. How about I would be as a freelance, really. Fungi projects kawatuayo. Okay, ape ke time ina ko nga ape five line pe no fa apini. O fakakato holo fungi nga we ingai project o kawat kiai. Pia at the same time, say ape ke stay fit. Agla yang ape unfit. Mahal wala de no ma pe apino fa fungi nga we ke. Ate tu kwai ka ho kwata. Malo pita
Sisilia baku whakaloto lahi e whanongat ke mo ngahi wahe. Ka maafo ka mo ngahi taleniti sipoti mo ngahi taleniti kehe. I could still vividly remember you Sela or sipoti. Sama I was a year older. I think it's a sipot whakawhale. In a Talanoa house, Penagekawa house. But anyway, because we were in the same house and with our house captain Te Mumu. Kama foki tana ko sosaya paholo kai ngahi Manatu Melie ai wakaiat na tako na mo play softball be mo to Sisilia ngahi taimi ko ne ke ga masipoti ko ko mau taimi na pehe kita ko mi a spot am America be ga ko ni na mo o softball be mo tol ho mo taimi but also pa fie whanongat ke mo ngahi ngau e ko Tupouniua tonga eki ka mafo ki Amerika lahi. mohono teke ai wellness. I guess health and wellness, it's a whole dimension, mentally, physically. Koloa pe tau kamata ha part of it, spiritually. I mean, that's the end goal of tau start somewhere. Ka tau hoka tu, we have one panelist, okay, tike ke lava mai, Dr. Sela Akau'ola. If he gets in, he can introduce himself. We can continue on. Ki tau question fika wa, it's to do with your health. Why do you value your health and wellness? Where and how have you been working on that or dealing with that? Any personal testimonies or issues or challenges that you have come across moho health? How have you overcome that? And anything else aku ke fie mau ke share around that? Te ke pehe aonga ke vahe mai mo ko isutuku. That's your turn now. Katrina, malo apito.
Malo apito Peti, pako tui ko whehu I mahu inga ni. Nai ngala whakpeke o whaha to whare koe nau iai, ko whake nau I te lea house, pako mau tō lue whi ta o koe ono koe, na humai me side school, ka koe ko huat koe me side school lo, wha as koe ki tonga hai, ka wha mtola o ki wha ono, wha as ki wha mfitu. Koe te lea house here na number 1 ia. So taimia mau tō lua na maala he pite lan mata ia. Ka ko awe na ka toko taha sport ia ia, ai ko tau Talanoa kia wellness ia, ko na sa e whakai kai. He pa ko neongo pe sio mai tō la he whake ko ki isi, ko sai si whake ki tahene si isi ia. Ka mahalo me he high school na ka mata ki whatoka ngai tare ni te koe. Ko ngut whaarea, pa ko whaalonga mo ui mau pe ke wha Talanoa mo wha ngahi wahe ilo pe e tuifua ko ene nis ko ena anola wha asao ko numari ha mo a ko mena ma wha awhai ko ma hao mau pe o Talanoa ha fui whaiva pe te mate huki mai mo toko lai analyze ha fui whaiva ko ia ai ko tui ko tau Talanoa ko wellness ia o ke ngata pe te mo ui lerei ka ko tui it's taking a holistic approach I ngai mea ke he kehe oku te manako ki ai o ne hanga whatupu hawhahinga o ne take kina kita ki a hawhanga tuple kina I te mo ui I ngai area ki heke so aia koe taima mau tolu na ai whoki e ko fia o whoki tai mini o kai ki chia o whaaki o ke whai ben high school sia tai mini pa ne kamata I tonga hai mau ki tai mini o kamata chia go extra read all about it and up till now they're still doing it so I get excited because when I go time go ngai apiako they're doing it I always say yes that was started by me and our little cheering team here Kalasko Nihiva no so wellness for us was about being active in different things and I think for me one of the things that in defining what wellness is knowing your value. I think mau inga ke te mau inga ia pe ia kita. He time for ni ko te solala ko ka kita ya pa ne hanga influence kita in how you see things. And so ko here I was blessed because I felt like I always had an old soul. So ko na wa ko pe ha pe klauto hi ko nukalofa me kalas taha wa tolu ai ko taime na to alma o peo o ahi ka rinta e time go na fast faya ko tonga hai and that's why I was exposed ki ngai faya ko re ko ni so I've always seen them as my mentors and at a very young age I think it gave me that confidence he go fa no ma pe ki no ngai fonga Talanoa ko no communication and I always remember at a young age I used to think man I want to be just like them. I want to communicate like that. So I've always had that confidence because of the exposure. So go do when we're talking about wellness. Because it makes up who you are. And then going from there, of course, to high school, I've always been a small person. When I was the head girl, very, very blessed, by God. I was not your typical, very physical build. I would always admire all the head girls in the previous years. They were always, had a very nice size. And when it came to me, I was the smallest, to be honest, but small in size. I think one of the talents that I had was I had a gift of just connecting with everyone. And if I behave from one, you so I think when we're talking about wellness here, and Peti, thank you for starting, this discussion. It's about first valuing yourself, so that you see value in all the different things. Trainings you cannot give what you do not have. And so we have to always reflect what are the things that we keep filling ourselves with, and that when we're thinking of mental wellness, mental well-being, my spiritual life is really important. Being back to Tonga, to 2018, I was very blessed to work in regional level at also at a young age. But I've always seen God as my driving force in all that I've done. It's an area where we give alo pole I tokola ke nau like sivi nau to ke nau sio pe ko hai e nau vai anga pe hoko ko nau malo hinga. And so wellness is more, it's an holistic approach to first look at yourself. And so my spiritual being is so important because I'm guided by my faith. And then also health-wise, I've never been a big person. I won't talk about mom because mom, as you would know, she loves to live a very happy life. So she smokes and she does all the things that is not always healthy. But I've also allowed her to just be her. I think in terms of wellness, that we know in our journeys, we can't really change them because they're very fixed in their ways. So one of the things I've noticed with her, is she's just happy. And I think I'll go to the solutions. Mama, I'm going to fire. But to one happy. But to wellness is also being happy with who you are. When you know your value, when you're driven by God, and when you're just happy in everything that you're doing, because God you're giving it from the heart, and so that also influences you in everything that we do. As well our health determines tomorrow, and we live in a day and age where life is really short. And I just praise God. I praise God that we're able to have this conversation because you don't know what tomorrow holds. But wellness, maua tau whakaukau tau tōluia ki kua hiri pe lahi tau whakaukau ko awe mahal ko fusisino ko awe ko tokatahe o ko suka. Pag te hangi taia o feel that te atamai ake negative thoughts, kau kiki tau sio ko hana ngai mea ko te whai ko ne ahoni, ke te longa moui, ke te moui fia, ke ne hanga o takekina e te moui. So you have a fulfilled life. And so I think this question is important because wellness, also Peti, is about finding your sense of purpose. Praise God, Sela, that you've been called there for many years. There's a reason why God has called you there. And so long as and as Tonga High School, we have such amazing people, but I think we also need to be reminded that our wellness also begins with God, so that we can get the best out of all of us, get the best in our ex-students, so that we can continue to fulfill our purpose. So I'll stop there. As you can see, contribution
Thank you, Katrina, and thank you for touching base and going deep into that side of wellness. I think it'd be the first because that's your field in that the side. And can we continue? I beg your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you, Peti, and thank you, Katrina. It's very hard. There's nothing. Katrina hasn't really left me much to say at all. Very eloquently, and I feel quite moved by that. If I may, introduction ko ki me pe ua whakamole mole pe ko ulwaki ko mana tuki he mauto u sivihu ko ki he me he lauto pule anga ko time foko ya for some reason or another, na ke whakaha mai I he kalonkari o aho ko ia, and in the order, can you believe that? In the order o maumaka. Pea koe pongpong koe ki sariote koe o matua, heka pongpong ia mo tangata eiki, mau whakautua pe ngere ia tatau pe mo tuifua mo whamiri, pe te lo. O lele vave mai ki he wharekoloa koko o atu pālelei mo mea, mo manatu I peho mo I loto koloe, halatu I. O tataria ke awa wharekoloa ko ngawe, ka koe, cut a long story short, I always tell this story ko tō tāna ne mā o sivihu koe ho mau tāu, ko wini kuluni a motu apuaka koe mo makeleta, na sivihu angia me nuku alofa. Pea mau lavat mau tol me he site schoolu, ka koe ngai mea whakaore hange pe ki whakaari mai koe tuifua, pa mau huu foki he form 1, ka toa pe, ka ki hange pe mau ki malohingang foko ki kote kote, Pea, anyway, o whai mai. Ko ki mea pe tāna, te whe tāna, ki ai ko introduction, ko he time ko o nua house, mak manatu I pe Peti. Na kai peke fu ke I sport ia anua, ka na mau topo mau tol he marching girls. Pea hange ko o takia kina e whakakaukau ki he historia ko ni o me aifi, na whakamatala he tau kātoanga, which was in the 1980s. Ai ko whakafuafua, it was round about that time. Ka ko mantui ko ku neighbor ko Lina Vaka, and ko ule mai he nursing school a few years ago, I think. Ko ia nai whatop ko no lead ko marching, ko nua house ia. Ka ko whehui ko ni ko tau hoko ko ki ai whekau ak my health and wellness. I think Katrina so eloquently has said everything really. Ko me pe ko ki whe mau ki touch ki ai whakamole mole pe, ko ki tokon nia ke tau lave ko whiawhini. I just want to share a personal testimony. Kia te au, pa koutui, ku me tatau pe ngai whamiri ko ni tongani mo Pasifiki. In my family, we have a very strong, unfortunately, history of high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, diabetic disease, and some cancer. So in a pehe, in the back of your mind that there is some history in the family of predisposition. Ko kuki mau whainga maria ke osko tonga hai o lele mai ki nusila o hoko atu e ako na whakau pe he ngai sport ke he volleyball, basketball, netball. Unfortunately, not at the top end of the sporting level, otherwise mau hate konturek. Ka koe mea mau inga koe ki mau koe mea koe no vai mai koe tuifua. I did enjoy some kind of exercise at the time or moving around. Now, fast forward, can you believe it, Katrina? Almost 50 years later, I know, I don't look that, hopefully not. What I want to share here, Fiafini, ko hoko mai koe na pandemic. Peange pe na mo mea I ko loka porta, tau te whitu ki Amerikani, it was very drastic. Na talamai, the first 3 months, everyone stayed home. You work from home, even was shopping or deliver mai ki api. But I think what I then found out 2 years later was that, we were comfort eating. So there was no exercise. All you were doing was comfort eating. Katrina, although not as slender as Katrina, but I always thought I was not necessarily on the bigger build size. Now, ko Amerikani o Maria, ko tumhan me pehea no sila mo Australia, ko whaunga aia o te alu kita o sivi I he tokita I he tau kotope. Pea ine pehe ko ki poin koe na e take kina e tau whakaukau e moana ki mua patau kamata e polo kalama ko ini. Ko whakaamu ke mamari e pe, Ianga e tau whanonga ka tau te whito a siu atu ki tonga eiki. Ki tau au katu unga. Mai no pe ko ni ko nau ma ko suka nau regular clinics. Ka koe whakaamua I hataimi. Pea mea pango koe ke I heni ai CEO malolo koe punga mui. Ke ne hoko ko mea anga maheni. We take a more proactive rather than reactive role to our health. I'm very sorry, I just hit my phone. Ki hangahi halanga whakoutua. Ka koe mea koe nei hoko pandemic, it was not until 2 years after Nai tok lava o whai wat ke toke tā ke whai sivi anga maheni koe whakatau. Pea ko tala mai toke tā, Mrs. Tukia, o whainga maari peho o sivi toto, but I'm sorry to say I have to warn you, you are now pre-diabetic. And I was actually, to be quite honest, quite shocked. Pea koe ki uhiki o tau walu pe ai pe ki whakakau. So to cut a long story short, it's taken me 2.5 years but I've had to really reassess my life. Because hinga e Peti kufaya a sudden added keen interest ke fai aki whakamalo isin. Pako au oku ika ke fu manako ki fai me kon ko mante tau ke kepe. There's no one best thing size fits for everybody. We are all different. Kako ke fu manako ki exercise inside a confined space, let alone waste my money to buy gym membership. That's a waste of money for me. O ko manako peke mea na tau whai tonga eiki. I like to walk on the street. Pak wha I te ngia ho mau api te lia na si moloki kita ha mea lele. Ka kou pehe. Ko taime no ko tānoa ka sisu. Pea moe the wellness thing, Katrina, you know, and I really enjoyed it. So for 2.5 years, I've been trying to exercise. Ko mau ko mea takoni is a bit more challenging, but it's a work in progress. But I'm very happy to report 2.5 years later, I have lost 40 pounds. It did not happen overnight. As we age, it takes a little bit longer and things sit a little bit longer. But it's been a very rewarding journey for me personally, physically, emotionally. But I tell everybody. And maybe sometimes the people here think the passport lady is a bit off because she's walking on the street. But I have people who are stopping and give me a ride. I say, no, I'm sorry. So 2 of my best friends there in Tonga, what I appreciate, also in the same stages of their life, when we get together in Tonga, we also go for walks. So I think every little role that we can play, whether it's one person that we share the love to people, or just by being who we are and showing these good examples, I think this is my little piece I'd like to share about health and wellness. And just to add to that, a few years back, ko Amerikani ko hoko pe hoto tau whanoa ho ik whawhine. Ka mata lewa sivi ko hu whangai whakatapu a breast, a mammogram. It's probably like that universally. And few years after I turned 40, I did have a scare where you go, you do a mammogram, and if they find something there, you get to the ultrasound stage, and then if they're still suspicious, you get to the biopsy stage, which I did too. I was saying my Hail Marys. But praise be to God, malpe kay tugmay pe e ki taimi. And so, but uhinga e kuvaivahe mean, mauinga pe ke tau mui e tau testing. Ngai mea o kutala mai he toke tā, pea ikai foki tokua ke unusual ki kakai whewhine koe ho ik whawhine koe me Pasifiki to have unusual densities in our breasts. So we must always check. Ka te ngata mua he o tukuat ka tuifua ke hoko at malo.
Malo, Your Excellency, boin maho ingai, it's our proactive, it's our health, and especially us over the age of 40, over half a century, to take a proactive role every year. I think that Gail check, because you hear people say, "Oh, no, we have to play a part to help us." I think that's an important role, and we're not just saying that with the breast cancer. My mom was diagnosed in her 70s with breast cancer, and went through the whole chemo thing in her 70s, and thank God she survives. But it can happen at any stage. So ka tau hoka tu fua, ka taki
malo pito Peti. Và malo ka Sela mo Katrina ba ko ni. Ya ko mon lai ko mahalo ko me ko teu wa te ko kita nak si pe ko osi pe nga me aya he. Fa matala he Sela mo Katrina. Ta ko uhi pe ko ta no tau kai a honi. O mau inga au pito. E koe ko tau tolu peka ko tau kau ngā whanonga o ku nau whanonga mai e polo kalama ko tau whakahoko. O nge ko lau koe Katrina, koe wellness, we have to look at it in totality, not just the physical but also mental and spiritual. Ta koe tahaya ngai mea o ko pehe o ku mau inga pito ia ke anga tau nofo. Koe mea pia ko fie ai. I never thought of myself as someone who would actually one day stand from the front o pokusia Siciliana o Malanga. Ke Malanga. Because I always thought of it as, leave it to the oldies ke nau whai Malanga. But when I was in Fiji, I was approached by the Kawhaiwhekau and said, "What are you Fiji? I ke hao Malanga." I said to them, "Go also vai lotu pe ka te ke Malanga. Why don't you start here?" So I looked at some of my former students, now mai na do Malanga. Ka ko hawen ko tango to si atu pa pe. Oh my gosh, I better say yes. Maha ko tai mi ben ko mai o to keu tari ai whatongia koe ni. So I'm proud to say that. Ko vivine malanga hoko asiasi. So I started keu malanga he mausiasi ifis. Pa hoko mai pe ko mausiasi pe fas. Ako ke malanga pe. Hoko pe ko tahakau malanga he. Yes. Pa wha pehe mai whahinga ni. Waha o ilonga o whai ako i o malanga. O tangi o whewhe. Whakatutu lele. O kuke Talanoa lele o malanga ko sa. Mahalo pe. Ako mea koe malanga. Koe mea ia tau lotu tatu he o toa ke o mai haiwi. Whakaivia ki tau tō. Whakalea ngai mea ko whima o ke whakahauko ke kakai. Pea o katai ma pia hokoa. E koe fo koe ke whai lotu o koe ke malanga. Ka no pio katai au he koula ke whai lotu o tarangi. Whewheke o te ke katai au. Ke whewhenga mai ke ulaki au ke he malanga he te pire. Pa ke toki kaka ke he malanga he tuu. Ka ku kawe he kalasi koe mahalo e toho pe ki luo o ku mahatok alo malanga mai mea. Ka ko whewhia ko hui ko pehe rewa ko konga pea hunga la Katrina. Ko taha pea ngahi mea koe ke whaka lekesia e te mo ui. Ko te ala atu ki he ngahi ki ta whaaki ke te kau i hono ono muiaki e ngahi whatongia ko ia. Pea ka koe taim lai ko ui ko wako i he malanga me hoku tonga ane nai whaiwhikau ka ko te malolo. Pea koe taha pea ngahi mea ni whare aki. Mo whiwhinga mai. E neongo mo ngahi ngā oe koe nā whakahoko. Ka ko mo taime mo whai ai ngahi ngā oe koe nā o tua. Te mo toke ongo lewa ai kehe. Pea ko whakawhitai pea au nai ai e tonga ane ia nani hanga. O popo ui ai e whahinga ngā oe koe ni. Pea mo whiwhinga koe au whai. Koe mea koe ki he physical fitness, physical well-being ko si o koe ki ai. Koe mea mahu inga. Koe ia na ngahi tau ia na neglectia ea. Tau te vito. Ke whoki mago ki tonga ni, nei fisi. E neonga na whai ai move ki fisi. Kana e whai pe whamalo sino e. Ke kau pe o lere holo he. matatahi mea ka pe fanki si poti whaka potunga au e nai whakahoko. Ako whok mai koe ki he ni, pe au toi whok au whai fui, whangalau ka mea whok au whai fui whaere vai. Ia toi ia, ko hoku, it's actually my niece's daughter. Na o mai ia e au whaere i pe o mai le mai e au ngā. Te hange ko koe ke te toi tokanga koe ki he te whamaro sino. Ko hiko te ngahi pepe. It was a blessing. Ono o mai ai ki tahine koe ni, ko tau fitu e ni. O ne alen ki tau walu. Every day oku ne bring a challenge ka maua mo mang family. Not only physically but mentally. Keep us alert. Ngahi me ako hope. Mai whakawhatai me ni ko ngā loe ia kita. Ai mea kong sa ia e whangakita mai ki. Mai mea kong sa ia e tau tupu. Ai te mo alua kita pehe ta whaaki koe ai kakai lalahi. Nā ko te whakawhok mai kita ki te toi al ki mui. Paku toi ai mo ki mo puna ia. Paku te toi hange kau te ongo kita koe. Ko te toi whok ki apito kita pehe. He nofo koe mo ongo kita mai koe ni. Ka koe whakalata e te ko tai mo na puri ai ko te tai lata ko hi ke longo a holo hata ka ku na hanga o challenge you mentally and physically te hu ki tua vai inga mona to o Talanoa te foki hi fo Talanoa whakataua whakatau nima whakatau fitu and my daughter is tau fitu ka ne fai tai me ni fai Talanoa ta uanoa pa ko va peange ki ai fok hi fu ke ngal ko koe ko tau fitu o kai ke ta uata la ku la he ne no holo mahalo ta mai kla lahi na ku ne pe ya ko fu lahi ya aku mo ni ko te si ko ki keeping fit mahu inga ko au ia kange ko la Sela ko mau Well, my family history, my dad has suka. My father was diabetic. Fortunately, he's still alive. Nova America. Konota hiwataha and going on 92. Talo ne suka ana ia mahalo. If I remember when he was in his 40s. When I suka pe tongan pe ahiki pe Nova America ke kaku under control. Ko mea ko si ke ai tokanga lahi ko tangata eki. Ki ene fo ia kau ko mai he toke tā. Mo ne alo sivi mo ngai mea ko ia. Pako alo hake au o mao ai suka me. Tara mai he nau to. Fulai o wha sino ku ke suka ko ka hao e kau tamai a ko e ni ko nai kai ke nau sipoti. Hala ke nau suka ko au ia ko mao suka. Kai ke under control pe ko tokanga follow for akau ko learn from my father. You can live up to 90. Neongo te suka. Ka ko alu fai ku kliniki. O alu ma pe follow for akau ko now and then ko fenga leva ki tu o whakamalo sino. Ka kono mo ni fie alu mo ni fam oku hangalau oku whaafai alau maria ka kua i vai a kakano, Ko e mohe a koko ne mongo sia ka i toi la vai atu. Ko whai aho ko ne e tau polokalama ko na whakau ko Peti mo mea ko he rotonga e tau aho. Os mao e te ngai ke aho tui ke ala ke he tau o. O yo, toki aha ke pe au ko os hoko walu. Ko pe mani e be a whakamamo o ni koe atu ngā eka i la mai atu ko lunga ke alo lue pe a he. Os tana maho mau tau tau laka ki tahi ke tau o lue ba tui ho tau whalani ko tau tau. O pe ko sia wako mau tau hala take a tahi tui hono whalani na nau whalani ke ko pe ko wheo mo whalani kai nai tuku peke toku tui peke tau meet and greet ko talangi se. Ka ko whakakau kau lelei e Peti na muka mata. I he tau. Pako, hopefully it will hoko atu. Ko taimi pe ke hango ke tau whawhanongo ko ne teo pe aho tonga hai ko pe kakai tokola. Ko nā pe ke ato mea ke ko nā pe ke aho. Mahalo pe ka osi hako ai ngahi celebration o tiga ke mate hata. Pako pehe ko whakakau kau o whai ke tau. Tuku ko nā kai o whamalo sino. O lue, tau mau kai, mea kai, whiunga. Kako hango lao se la mea, koe whai ngā tā atu. E te whiunga ko ke te kai mea ko koe oku. Whakamoi lele ko ke sino. Hoi ka tau siwa tu pe ke kai ma e whanau. Ko tau kai ai pe mo tau tolu he. Kako, ko la ko me ben ko lama whasisi e kai. Whasisi e kai ke te kai pe, whakatatau ke te ilo, ka o e kai o whakatatau ke te ifo. He nak whakau ka, o ia we, koe fu o kai puaka ia koe ni. Ahoe a ko whakataha mo kon whenisa si a sina i toki o si. Koe kai noa ia e whaka. But I was so happy that I was able to just eat what I needed and enough. Ke o e hangala ka mea ni. Tuku e kai koe ke mate. Kai ke mo ui. Koe kai ke mo ui. O e kai ke mate. Paku o ko popo lahi au ke polokalama koe ni ke hoko lele i atu. Pea mo popo ki ngahi. Hangi koe ko mai Sela. Ke tau o sivi mau pe. Ke tau mo lele. Pea ke tau hao me ngahi. Maha ki ke. Ka kohono tau fipe. Koe tau whenga ke tau tokanga. Ke tau kai, tau whenga ke tau. Ai haki whamasi no ko mātol koe. Ko mawa o mātol. O vai tau ni manoa. Hoanko la Sela ke tala tau. Poko tau whenga. Ka koe mea lelei. Ke te ilo e kita. Ai mea koksai ke a kita. Ka oa te ke whenga kita ke te tō mo Katrina mo mea. He ko hi o nau ke iki nau tō. Kau sisio au kia mama linda. Ko hi aku o whai kia e mau. Ko a fok mo heti ku ipe e linda ko ni whanau. Ko heti mo kalala mo au. Mau hu whakataha tu pe tau tatau. Neon ko ulahi au ia heti mo kalala. Ana mau hu at matoi fui tau tatau. O ka mata whai ako ko he tonga hai. Pea nge ai pe mau tō u. Ko lau lewa linda ko au kulahi. Ko e whika ua ko kalala. Pea whika tōru lewa heti. Pea unfortunately ko si maloloa kalala. Pa ko au pe mo heti. Pea ko taimi ko ma. O lere ko ma mo kalala ko o si ko e loki ako. To lere ki tu ako ke o train e tamai ki he si poti mo. Net polo. Ko heti whokia. Ko no lewa heti au ako doing extra classes for those kids who needed extra classes in English. Pea koe ma whaita mau whe whoke. Ma si manong no whok ma ko heti ako taini ako loa. Pea ko ita ko pet. Mai a fu loa ako kala puna ake a fu. Ko ita ya ko hene loa ma wea loa ka hiri ko ya. Koe ke la vai a o net polo. Ka ko tano ko kia heti mo kalala. Ko monia ko 14 friendship for life. Sorry. Manat pe ka kalala. Ko mafa na pe. Ako Maybe when I was like, we were all sisters, the same friends, sharing everything. Oh, well, big I mean, okay, okay, contact people. Mỗi hoa cả là làm cái phạt đâu, anh em bé, ông sĩ kỳ mỗi ủi, phải mà thật về đi kìa. Họ có phải là giá mà lo biết tôi bring up về ai ngày mẹ gọi ní các hắn có cả là ta có cần xa cái gì rồi cái má này lo bé cái lo bé if only she có America là hiện nay nó phải cái cái là mà cái gì rồi các cái tại hiện nay si poti mỗi tất cả ngã lại cái pha malo si malo pe ki na tai
Malo Sisilia ngai vai Manatu Melie. Also malo mo bring up nga mea na ikeke mo that you feel like you interested to share. So I think the touch base au ki he lau cheerleading Katrina o mai Manatu Melie ka te au he lau kau cheerleader tau tai mi Sela. For CEO ko te mumu, of course, and mahalo na e ngata be mo sporti hinge because ila I he inter college, I mean I whakawhale, kana I hope ang lewe whine o kamata cheerleader leading group I he sport whakahako ai whakai be koi ki atele. Ngahi Manatu Melie, but it's good for mo te o mai ngahi mea that you forget to bring up. To get he emotional side of it, he tau si whakauka ki he loved ones ko now passed on. But in he tau hoko atu ai be ki he tau, is it the last question now? I he hanga he mea mo reflection. I guess some of you have touched base on that question and you have covered hit our discussion mai along. Reflection bit on our fun run on our health and wellness day, because from as we started this program over a year ago, Sanwaliwa Noawawa, it was whakaukau when we get our celebration, we have a program, health and wellness in that side. So but we thought maybe start with a fun run, start early mornings, great start for the day. So that came about an idea ki fun run, but tohi atu lewa pai atu tohi ki he executive committee or whamala ke nau tari lele to put forward the idea. So and I'm glad we have a lot of positive feedback. So now got tau Talanoa go ni, and we will put through together some ideas. Ki he tau halanga whanonga Road to Whaimata 80th now. E tau hanganake kia tau Walnoa. They hanga hi whakaukau ke tau aho wellness ko. Ia ngahi mea mo loto ke mo sio he hoko. And also now what can we start as the next students now? I he tau teu watu ki he tau Walnoa to do in line with health and wellness. So that, Katrina, the floor is yours, Malo.
Malo pito e Peti. I think tahapenga me pe ko ke tau to ki reflect on, and we don't have to look far pe ko tau ka pasanga we pe ko e tau mo to the best. And I think we need to reflect more on that, because then can influence us on the different activities that we need to do, because it needs to be activities of growth. It needs to be activities that brings the best out of all of us. And I think the fun run, to begin with, I loved it. I like to think outside the box. I like to be part of something different. And that's why I love that event, because it was different. It was something that brought everyone together. It was about our health. And so, there are different things there for us as ex-students that we all like to do. Vice President, I think Osmahino that we like to socialize. We're social butterflies, and we do know how to party. But it's now looking at what are the other different things that will bring us together where we see the best. And I feel we're not doing that enough. And this is great, Peti. Thank you so much for initiating this. Keep continuing this platform. Platforms that brings other people from all walks of life to bring out their journeys. One of the things is creating subcommittees, and you bring all different people in our action plans. We need to mentor and coach our young people. We need to focus on other different things, whether it's art, because music. So failing I make those wellness here to be able to grow, and we just need to to initiating our activities to bring the best. So firstly, congratulations on that event. But moving forward here, as I had mentioned, there's so many things we can do outside the box. And I think I go for to at pega modolo and almost lave ibe tifua. Kapate tau kamatas create ngai subcommittees, but the one ngai taki ngai subcommittees ko ke lele ngai ngawe ko ya. But tau sio pe ko hatau ngai vison ni go tau finga go ni ki ke 80th, and also bring us all together. I think we need to break down all these walls and how we have so much structures in how we do things, because we all know, and that's, you know, the beauty of tahe ko uhoia ai taha sa help ni hanga fa taha I taha kotoa. And hangi pe lauga tuifua, you know, I always remember them. I looked up to them because I was only small. But it doesn't matter, because they'll come together. We're all the same age because of the spirit that we have. It's a spirit of unity. It's a spirit of just strength when we're coming together. And I think that's so important. So I don't need to look, I don't need to add on here or continue this, but I think make it bigger. I did mention Peti, you know, whether we do like a ex-student sports day. You know, tau maengai kakailere hangi ko netina ko ina, you know, CEO ta fa ko ni sporty pa tau hangareva or showcasing a sporty ke pa o mo tau ngai family. Like for time we like to just have fun as ex-students, but ta fa be fangi program mai ngai to wa ko ya pa to fa kau. I think don't have a fun day, sports day, but bring our children to be part of it, and also our current students. Because more focus on the ex-students, but also the current students are looking at us. So we need to always be thinking, what are we role modeling? And we have to be also honest. They did see things that are happening on the school ground in terms of people just drinking. And I think those are things here that we need to just challenge and stop, because they are also seeing that. So we need to always keep reflecting our motto to the best. What best are we giving? And how are we also continuing to bring our current students so they are also role modeling the best in all that they're doing? So I think that's just something that I want to just quickly add, Peti, but keep going, you know, as build up to the 80th. Exciting time, and I'm excited and I praise God for Tupouniua. It's always good to have new blood. We acknowledge the wonderful work, of course, at our current council, but it's also now walking forward, looking at a holistic approach to building this wellness and well-being here. And part of you know, a lot of it is our ex-students. So it's also a time for us to be reflective on how we are also prioritizing our health. One thing I just want to add on, because that was the you know, what do you do daily? Wellness and well-being. And I just want to reflect on values is discipline. And I learned discipline from a young age. Ke lue lalo mai tuku koe ngawe. Pa kapau teo ki tō mui ta mai ke alo piki. He whaa pe koe nima. Ko ki tō mui pa me te honga full o slue ya. Ai ka whai lau maari koe ai discipline ya o kuhasi na mai hin ihik te matu o tuange. But it's also reflective because that's the best for them. But they should be kita ka nau tōria, they're very healthy. O ke he mawhae, it's the opposite. Ange koko la ki ai, she has a happy life. Or she's not very disciplined. And so I think in terms of that question, yeah, you know, wellness, yeah, in order for us to get we have to practice it first. So it goes back to our values. What are the different things here that will influence us for us to grow, to get the best in us? So thank you, Peti. Malo.
Thank you, Katrina. And also I'd like to thank you for leading our, with our Noblestiki NGO, our cleanup day, because to me that was also a fun part of their fun run. I enjoy take our ex-students in our mea to and enjoy nature at the waterfront. So thank you for your contribution on that part. Ka pehe kia asupa in Eleni. In Tauhokat Sela.
Yeah. Thanks. I'll be really quick. You know, it's already been mentioned by the two lovely ladies before me. But yeah, I'm also like Benny, Katrina's dad. I tried just sharing there. I tried to set myself a goal. I tried to walk at least 5 miles every day. I walk back from work and also to work and catch the bus halfway along the way. Pea, ko hono mo ni o ngari whakaori e tuifua mo Katrina. Ka ko mei mate au ka ke lava whai e mea koe because I'm so used to it now. And I can feel, so alpe fo ke tau holo mo tau ki anko tau ki fielele ya nge hufanga whakatapu. Ko pau fo ke toka ngai ki nai ngai tawa aki koe ke tau ke yang hange ko Katrina. But I really feel it when I don't meet these goals. So, you know, we really have to make it your own. When you really buy into it, and I tell you, the benefits, whatever you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. But really, thank you so much, Peti, for the fun run and the No Plastiki campaign. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also support 500%. Hopefully it becomes a permanent fixture in our main get-togethers going forward. Some ideas was, I think it was the Australian crew that kindly provided our wonderful breakfast that morning. It would be, I think, ki rotates, ki supply to New Zealand, beko America, at the next do, I'm sure, kita share pe I love. Just putting those so that, and then I don't know why, but maybe it could be something to look at is to have a health and wellness ambassador in each of our countries. Uhingape ke hanga he toko taha koia. Maino pe koe kau Palestini whakafonua ma whakawheitu. Ka e tau taha ke nele whenga ke lele aki e ama, like Katrina said. Just to look at that aspect and maybe some ways we can try and promote this. But Katrina took the words out of my mouth. I just thought that, you know, a message perhaps for the rest of our listeners and viewers today is kapau tau whai tokua e tau lele taha i loki ako o ton ke tau whenga ke tau whakahoko i ngai tapa kotoa e tau mo ui. Ange ko vai mai tuifua, whakalau maarie, kai sino mo hafua. So, I mean, we want to, ko mea nau ki mau inga ia makehe ai i he fitni ma, si kei lau maaria lele e tau pioneer e tolu ko e. Ta e mahino e hala whanonga koe hoko atu mo tau lava o whe mātāki mo ui, whakawhetai e. And I think last thing I'll finish off, that I found that we really appreciated last year he whakailonga e koe fitni maheni I Frisco. Ko anga maheni whoki e tau whatata koe tau koistutuku. Tau me whakamamafa ke whakato'u. What we found this last year is we split San Francisco into 3 geographical areas. Ko ai whoki whakakae koe ke whenga ke luku I haki peni ke whai. So in those geographical areas, we were split across classes. So ia e whainga maria ke mau wheo he mo kau to ki mua o a o hifo ke whanau and go ki vahe ko Katrina. And so I think it's something that was really nice because usually I only know hoto'u and those above me and those immediately below me. You look at those, you know, who are way ahead of you, they're just in awe, but no real opportunity. In this kind of geographical split, we really got to know each other, and I found that very precious. So just, you know, sharing those thoughts and ideas. But thank you so much once again to be part of this panel, and God bless you all. Mahalo.
Thank you, Excellency. And take on those ideas. I think that's a great point. As Katrina and you mentioned, I feel I bring up activities where you can feel whakato'oe, and I think I have because I have involved with the Koristutuko in Australia and not a lot of our to'u, I have embraced to'u ki olunga in this to'u in Nala, and I have lived that and still keep in contact with them, and I know the feeling. Thank you, Sela, for that, and take that on board with the Wellness Ambassador. So you're welcome to volunteer someone from US, I guess, for that, and we'll seek someone from New Zealand and tonga Katrina and Sisilia. Tau hokot ke whaasi mahe pai ako e Sisilia Kataki.
Malo Peti. And listening to what Sela and Katrina were saying, o mo'oni. O koe whakalata ai whakataha whakatau ako. Ang koe whakalata hangi e whakataha whakalukufua. Whakakatoa peo o wa te lau pe koe tō whee. Ai ane tau sio pe ai ang koe mea koe nai whakau koe Amerika nau kumpaanga. E ta tau pe mo kumpaanga koe tō ngata puni. I he kumpaanga koe ke he langa koe ni o tau library mo tau learning center. Nai alu whakawhi tu upe. Pea pao lewa ke mau ono mai a listen ke kau tamako tō ki mua. Pea o mai le mo kau leka even o a upe ke tamaiki ke iako, lolo tonga ke iako pe I tonga hai. Pea nai whakalatai. Au sio pea ke mau ki I kumi paanga pe mato mau ki wheitu uni wa loloan. O mai kau leka o mai mo tō ke. Pea mau whakataha mai hangi pe ko mau tō uo ako mau ki whaiva. Pea mau ai pe mau ori ia pe mau tōlu ia mātou. Pea pe he pe ki longo mo ngahi. Wheitu u kātoa. Pea koe whakau le ia. O ai hake koe Sela ke ai kau ampastoa. Wha wheitu. Pea o mea e tapo at pe ke hoko atu pe ai. Whakau koe ko mō kamata I he tau ni. O ko neongo pe hangi ngari fo o tau tolu e tau whanung ki ai. Ka koe mea pe ko oskamata e he tau. O kau ai e tau whanau pe pe he o tau ngai tō uako. O ku nau whakamalo sinu. O ku ai whahinga ia o nau ngai timi a nau tōru. O ku nau o ke gym. O nau ngai timi a nau tōru. O ku nau koe whakamalo sinu ia. Koe every morning sio ako nis. O ku kau ia I timi a nau o nau tō ke gym I whe. Pea koe tō ke kakumau pe nau ori ia pe nau tōru e nau ki mea koe. O ku whakahoko. Pea koe sia tako nau tō pe nau tō mo toko taha ia. Nai hui ai fitu noa. Ko te laite mo mena I toku ua te hei. I lapa ko hiwa tōlu, pa ko hiwa wha. Ka ko hange pe nau tōlu hei ko hui nau whamara sino whakata. So it brings us together no matter what. O ku ne haka rewa e ia o tō o ngai e mea koe tau sio ke tau whakato o pe. Maari e whakato o pe. It's really nice. When we all came together, na mau whakataha mai pe mato ki a pini ho mau tōu. Hori pe nā nō whakataha mai pe ki he po. Pako tarani. Whewheka mo o atu aki kolo ko hoko he la ia. Pako whie mo hea. Pako esi whakapiko whanongo mo longwa. Ka nau kei whie hau pe. But it was good. It was good to see a lot of them that I haven't seen since high school. Koe osi ta uia e whangofutu. Ni mangofulu ko mau tok fisio whakie. And some of them, they still look the same. And some, te sio peke li liu ko e whotunga I longa koe ai hao koe mau motua. Ka ku whakalata pe koe e takta manatu hake ke neki mena. Whawhai e taimiko e moe whahola koe o toi holo e uweitu koe hange koe holo whamanatu. Taimina te keke langa I whai ai tapaka moe hola he karasi. Kaku moni au pito ai mea ko o tāno kia Katrina pe kia Sela. O whakalato lahi a ka mātou ke mau keep well. I'm sure kangalanga where there's a will, there's a way. E mawa o ki he tau. E mawa o ki tau wal noa mātou koe ni. E au ki tau wal noa. I'm sure we can pehe mai mātou o mātou lu. Te tau au pe tau ke tau te au. Ko pe whewheke tau ka mata wal noa. Tau work our way up from there. Koe au ke te au. Ko ngau lahi po lauria te tau whai. Ka koe au o ku whamalo ka Katrina he whakanoto lahi. o ku whakahoko pe ke Sela. Aia koe tai mi ko tau whainga e ki ngai mea koe kua mana ki whakahoko. We don't concentrate on just one area. We make sure we are physically well, we are mentally well, and spiritually well. Taime ni ko whape mai mau apin. Ko heo ke loto ngalo-ngalo. O ke atamai ngalo-ngalo. Ko pet, in other words, ko atamai ko bia. Tamai na to. Mahalo ko ia. Kako uhi pe poke. Ko na hela ia rea mai ko katau hobi ubi ko rea tu pa fai pa me ake he pe ako. Pe ngalo ia tau. Kako sia pe ilo. O we ai pe me up to don get it. Always be engaged in things that will keep you well. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. Ko siya pang fatongai okto don pe ke te no fo mai nga we o el vuri ake me ako ke vai kate be involved in things that would generate and make your mind work instead of going to sleep. But te ho koi pe kita hange aki to ta ata mai he te no fo ma ko api ma me te motu a ya ko whakalata ia si o ke kau kostu tumu ki olunga aki. E nau ke veke ko he whae ai ngai mea mo ke whakawha ko e nau manatu. Oh, it was just wonderful listening to them and watching them. Ako te whae leo ko ita he whanong ka Sela ni holo ake pane whanoa. O te whenga le wau ia ke ala holo lai au. That it's something that would make you do the same. Try. Hey, kai ke wa ki ai mala holo. Malo ka holo ni se ni mai next week or so. Pe ho kai ke pa ni kamata kai ke pe ke te ilo. You don't need to lose more than this, and you don't need to gain more weights. Ka koe keep up with my granddaughter and my daughter. I really need to be healthy. And I would like one day to see them grow up. It would be fun just to watch how they grow up. The challenge I going to hangat I consider the coming years. Aku angala Katrina. Pe me peke delegate e ngai me ake. Whakahoko he tō koe o nau lava o nau ke iwi hangi ko Katrina mo mea. A veat ke tō o Peti mo mea mo tolo mo ke. Oku lahi pe mo ngai whakau o tānaki mai ka lava ke hoko a mea whakahoko. Ko I'm just thankful he nau whiri au ke aloha ke o kauhe he ngā oe koe ni. I wasn't really happy. I wasn't really thrilled to be in it. But they said, come on, we need, and I was thinking, well, if I'm still needed, then I better get up and get geared up for the work to be done. Pako fia pe ko ilo oktokolahi. Ai kakai hange ko Katrina pe ka Sela me Amerika. Koe Peti me Australia. I think awe aki whakamahe, it would make things work. And hopefully, o te whalonga hangi koe na tautok whanonga ki ai, ni ngai mea keke. But thank you, mahalo.
Malo pit Sisilia, bako atu mo Talanoa ki he whahoko ngā oe o ko te waki mai ki he ngahi tau ka hako mai, kia koe moho o timi. So ka pehe ki he ke konsela, ka maa Katrina ki tonga, a te Talanoa kia moto, ka ngahi whahoko ngā oe mo whahoko mai he homo ngahi wheitu takta. Kai koe ngā taanga pini e tau wheseo whaki, mo tau whenga o aki. Kai kei hoko a taipe, ngahi whotu whakaukau ko mo o mai. We'll take it on board and we'll continue to talk and discuss. And this platform is open to bring on those issues. As we've all learned, wellness, health and wellness, it's dimensional. It's you know, he tau mo'oi. And it's good that you all brought those up today, ke tau wahe ai ani. So over an hour and a half, a lot that we have discussed. Just it's a short 1 minute. Anything else you would like, if you do, otherwise te tau whakaosi pe ahoni, and anything else o ku whemao Katrina and Sela, the tānaki, if not, we'll tau ose pe.
I'm fine.
Awesome. Okay. So whawhetai e ki he ngahi wahe ko omi, ngahi personal testimony, ko mau wahe a honi e ki tuki hoko ka mea ke mawako me ai. Ki whawhai tui. Ka e tau te whito ka no whaong lei a whiana. Ta mai, pai tau pe kina nau tolo whanonga mai, ka maa kau pēnoro. Mai nau ngai whamili, kau I he ahoni mo toinga wike, ma lotu e he huawhau ala sisuka e swa whamui. Amen.
Amen.